Imagine you've spent hours building a massive, complicated toy spaceship. If you were to let those pieces slightly pull apart, you would see that this huge structure is actually just a collection of tiny individual blocks snapped together. The real world works exactly the same way. Whether you are looking at a glass of water on your table, the dirt in your backyard, or a distant star in the night sky, absolutely everything is constructed from tiny, invisible building blocks called atoms. When we say tiny, we mean a scale that is almost hard to comprehend. A single drop of water contains more than a sextillion atoms. They are so incredibly small that you could never see one with the human eye. Chemistry is simply the master rulebook for these blocks. It explains how these invisible atomic pieces snap together, hold their shape, and sometimes pull apart to build every single object in reality. You are a perfect example. Every part of you is entirely constructed from these exact same universal blocks. By learning how atoms work, you are learning how you are built. To understand the rules, we must look inside the blocks themselves. Diving past the solid surface of an atom reveals a highly active microscopic core. The dense nucleus holds positive protons and neutral neutrons. Because protons share a positive charge, they naturally repel each other. To prevent the atom from ripping apart, the strong nuclear force glues them tightly together. Zooming out, tiny negative electrons orbit this nucleus. These electrons move incredibly fast, but they don't fly off into space. Their negative charge is magnetically attracted to the positive charge of the central protons, keeping them trapped in a stable orbit. The exact count of these inner pieces, the protons, neutrons, and electrons, is what gives every unique piece of matter in the universe its specific identity. You might think that to build all the endless variety in the universe, you would need millions of different types of blocks. But nature is highly efficient. There are actually only about 100 basic types of atoms, which we call elements. To keep track of them all, scientists use the periodic table. It acts as the master catalog that organizes every single element known to exist. The main way we tell one element apart from another is simply by looking at the nucleus and counting the number of protons inside. This image shows a single tile from the periodic table for aluminum. At the top is the number 13. That is the atomic number, telling us every aluminum atom in the universe has exactly 13 protons. The table isn't just a simple list. As you count up atomic numbers, repeating patterns emerge in how atoms behave. Elements with similar personalities naturally stack vertically in these color-coded families. Just by changing that single proton count, you get wildly different materials. 1 proton makes floating hydrogen gas. 6 protons make solid, black carbon. 79 protons make shiny, heavy gold. This chart serves as the ingredient list for everything in reality. By knowing an element's place, scientists can predict exactly how its atoms act before interacting with it. So what happens when we start messing with the blocks? Imagine dropping that built toy spaceship on the floor so it shatters into large chunks. In chemistry, we call that a physical change. You break apart molecules, but within those chunks, the original atomic arrangements remain the same. But what if those blocks are pulled completely apart into individual atoms and snapped back together into an entirely new pattern? That complete rearrangement is called a chemical change, or a chemical reaction. The starting ingredients permanently transform as their atoms regroup into brand new substances. For example, crash 2 harsh chemicals, like stomach acid and a base, together. Their atoms decouple and instantly reform into something harmless, table salt and water. The most important rule in all of these reactions is the law of conservation of mass. During these massive chemical changes, no atomic blocks are ever destroyed, and no new ones are created out of nowhere. They are only ever reused. The universe never throws its building blocks away. That means every single atom currently building your body has been around for billions of years. You are quite literally assembled from the recycled pieces of ancient oceans, tall mountains, and long extinct dinosaurs.